in this league, whenever it ends, whether you're in the playoffs or not in the playoffs, or if you get knocked out later rounds, it never ends well. But it doesn't take away from the experiences we had for 6 months with this team. I would like to start by just congratulating Philly, Brett Brown and his staff and the players. They played very good basketball, and they clearly deserve to move on. But they've done it the right way. They've built it very steady, and haven't skipped any steps. And you're seeing the benefits of gradual, incremental work behind the scenes. It's a very good team, and it's always tough to lose, but they played extremely well.
Erik, just offensively tonight, just hard to get going. I know they're a really good defense. What did you kind of see on that end?
Yeah, I would say in the second half, it felt like the majority of our fourth quarters versus Philadelphia. Each one of the games, except for game 2, they stepped up their defense in the fourth quarter, and it was tough for us to generate good, clean offense. The offense, or at least getting the ball where we wanted to go to, and executing with some level of coherency. But you have to credit them. They have very good length. They have a good system. They're well coached, well drilled, a big in the paint that can fill in the gaps in a lot of different areas. So I would say as their offense has gotten better during the course of the season, their defense was always pretty darn good.
You've built several teams in Miami. How did this Sixers team get so good with so many sort of moving parts and having to sort of reinvent itself even a couple times this season?
Well, I think, this is the first season that they've really had sustained health. So who knows that this may have looked similar to this in years before, previous. It might not have happened, to a 50-win season, but it might have been a bigger jump than a 20-something season to go to 50. But like I said, they've built a program the right way without skipping any steps. And so when guys got healthy, they've fit into a well-drilled system, and they added some very rock-solid pieces that absolutely complemented what they already have. The first time we played them, they didn't have Bellinelli and Ilyasova, and those guys definitely fit and helped the dynamic of this team.
Erik, what's the toughest thing to defend about this Sixer team? I know you just lost, and don't mean to ask a question that's tough, but Simmons, Embiid, what's the hardest thing?
Yeah, you have high-level talent with those two guys, and their poise to be able to tap into that talent belies their years. That's impressive to be able to do that, and then do that in a playoff setting. The complementary, and I say that with the most respect I can have. The complementary players fit. They fit around those two guys, and they play a different brand of basketball than you typically see. There's a lot more movement and guys coming off catch and shoots and things of that nature. So it was a good challenge for us. We just didn't step up, to meet it.
Erik, what can you tell us about the way that Dwayne has reacclimated himself to this team over the past couple months, and how he's treated the past week or so, knowing that this could be the end of his career?
Yeah, I don't even want to go there. You're going to make me emotional if we start to think about that or talk about that right now. I've loved it. Each day that he's been back, I've just been trying to enjoy it. I didn't think that this would happen this year. I thought maybe that this would be one of those situations on down the line that maybe it would be, a ceremonial signing to have him back. And then when it happened so quickly, he fit right in, and that just speaks to his humility. He said it in one of our first team meetings that He was grateful for all the guys to open up their arms to welcome him back to this team. And the guys were saying, hey, this is your franchise. But he has that kind of awareness and humility. He didn't want to step in and step on somebody else's role. He just wanted to fit in and be one of the guys. And to do what he did as a Hall of Famer. And look, I've coached him as a leading scorer in the league, as a champion in this league where he had to take a secondary role to the best player in the league. And I've coached him now in this role, which I don't think either one of us ever would have imagined that Dwayne Wade would be coming off the bench. But he's handled all of these roles with incredible class and dignity. And he could play this role forever. I don't know if he will choose to do that, but it also, again, speaks to his character and his humility. That he would be willing to take on a role like this. He knew what the deal was. We were already kind of set with our rotation. That was one of the first things he said. Hey, I don't want to disrupt anything. I'll come off the bench. I'll play with the second unit, and we'll make this work. Don't worry about me. And that's awesome. There's probably not a lot of Hall of Fame players at his age or his. He still has that ability to have those moments that would be willing to do that.
Erik, a couple of things in tonight's game. Number one is just how tough it is to win when you're not getting much offense out of 60% of your starters. And number two, they're such a great rebounding team. Just talk about those difficulties throughout the entire playoffs.
Yeah, look, they're a good rebounding team regardless, whether you have size or not. As the series started to move, we started to make adjustments and at times put some of our perimeter players like Jay Rich, Dwayne on their forwards, Ilyasova and Saric. And at times they really took advantage of that. Not in the post or not in your typical fashion. It was more on the glass or just wearing on you body to body. But they do a tremendous job on the offensive glass and part of, on the other side of the floor, defending what makes them, a very good defensive team is they're able to finish possessions, finish them with rebounds.
Dwayne, sorry, Erik, one more. Hassan only ended up playing 10 minutes tonight. I know he had a tough series. Any regrets with the way things kind of worked out with him, or what do you think ultimately led to him not?
No, I just, I look back on this season and he had a lot of great moments. It was a little bit uneven, and a lot of it, to be fair, was the in and out of the lineup with his injuries. And our team would evolve, and then all of a sudden he would have to try to plug back in, and then do this all with the scrutiny and the noise of everything outside. I think he grew this year. I think there were uncomfortable times, and there are times that he wanted to have more of an impact, and I love that. I want players to. I don't like players that want to sit on the bench and be cool with that. But he learned how to manage things and handle things better, with more professionalism and class, and I think that'll serve him well going forward. Okay, thank you.